o'clock here in the Midwest, which means that my employers are just now getting up. It's about 8 o'clock there, so they're getting to their laptops if they're working remote or just getting to the office. So let's sort of dive into like what my role is real quick and what I'm gonna do throughout the day as a marketing manager. So yeah, that's my role basically. Some people call me director, it's whatever, the job description is the same. I work for a global 300 company, so it's fairly big, we're international in the food services industry. My job as marketing manager is to oversee all the marketing campaigns and operations at an account. My main role is, as a marketing manager there, is to drive revenue. And revenue and engagement are super important. Our audience is changing every year, every 4 years as students graduate, they come and go. So we constantly have to adapt to the landscape and we have to update our plans as generations roll in and out of this account. Basically, I'm doing several different marketing positions all combined into one. There's social media. I'm writing emails and newsletters, which in and of itself is an entire position you could hire for. I'm doing maintenance on the website, creating digital content, which means I have to do graphic design stuff. It's just a whole lot. And that doesn't even go into the strategy part of it, where I'm creating marketing plans for all of our locations. We have 13. What I mean by locations is we have like different dining on campus. So we have like a Pan Express, a Starbucks, 2 Starbucks, Einstein Bagel, stuff like that. And we also have internal brands as well that our company, outsources to these different accounts based on the demographics. So I'm trying to manage all of this based off of the objectives and goals of our clients, which is who we are in partnership with. They hired us to come provide food services to the university. So a question I've gotten a lot is, why am I working remote if a large part of my job involves being on campus? A lot has changed in the past, and long story short, I'm going to be transferring to a different account. It's bigger, has more kids, a more vibrant campus. So it's going to be really great to transition into that role that I think will better suit my capabilities. So with the shift, I'll be working remote for probably the first half of 2022. I might travel around the country assisting other accounts, whether they're launching a new event or a new dining location, or they need assistance in like how to build a foundation for driving campaigns for our different partners, like our mobile ordering app or an internal vendor, things like that. I'm really good at. My creativity is sort of like an absolute asset to the company. So they like to, shift me out to different places to see if I can assist better. First thing I need to do is start off with some caffeine. Keeps me alive and thriving. No coffee, no tea, no food, no exercise, only carbonation. Caffeinated carbonation. I promise there will be no food during this video, only work. So really quick, let's outline what I'm going to do today because it's quite a bit. Mondays are always super busy for me. There's a lot of different ways to keep track of like what you do and like how you manage your time and what you do in a day, how you basically keep track of everything that you're doing. How to stay on task, right? A lot of people use Notion or all these fancy dancy apps. I'm all for it. In fact, I love Notion, but usually I'll just use like Apple Notes. The simpler, the better. I'll just write down everything I need to do in like a bullet format and check it off as I complete it. What I do usually is I write down everything I need to do for the day, and like I'll keep this updated throughout the week so that next week rolls around, I know what I'm supposed to do. But the most important things I write down on a sticky note, or I'll write down in a new Apple Notes. On top of just like doing what I'm already doing with Apple Notes, the way I stay like on track and ensure that at least some way I'm staying and holding myself accountable to what I'm doing, and to feel like some sort of productivity in the day. I follow the 3 important things rule, which is, write out, type out, put it in your head, whatever, what the 3 most important things are in your day, and just do them. Knock them out. And once you have those 3 most important things, knock out 3 other things and sort of do that down the line. Instead of triage where, you're assigning levels of difficulty or levels of importance to tasks, I'm sort of just go ahead and saying that these are the most important things. These top 3 things. If I only do these 3 things and nothing else for the entire day, I will have done my job to the best of my ability or to the most efficient manner I could possibly do it in that day. Everything else is icing on the cake. And typically, usually, if you have more than 3 really important tasks in a day, you're being overworked. So how my day is going to go is I'll work on those 3 most important things, which the first one is, and probably the most tedious and time consuming, but also very important, is to do the social media schedule for the entire week for several accounts that need assistance with doing that. I'll go ahead and create graphics if need be, sort of picture and try to imagine like what these accounts need and try to find like intentional posting when I do that. I'll go ahead and assist several accounts with their website. I'll sort of update the information on there. So it's more aligned with like our company goals and the vision, and especially more specifically what the account's looking to see on each one of those websites. It's aligned with their internal goals and the client needs as well. Oh, and finally, I'll assist my previous account with some forms that they need created, as well as updating their website. Apparently it seems to be down, so I'll also start just providing a lot of January content and start planning out things for the entire semester as well. So that's basically how I prioritize what I'm going to do in a day. It's not triage or bust. If you could just get 3 things done in a day, you will have been an efficient and effective employee. I promise you that.
And so now I'm going to hop into content scheduling for the week. Okay, that didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. Pretty slow week for most campuses. Some aren't even open yet, not a lot of events. Students on campus are just getting back and settled into their apartments, so not a lot going on. Now, I'm going to revitalize and add some information and update some websites for some different accounts. It shouldn't take too long, and I have an interview for another job at 1:30, so I'm going to go ahead and try to get as much of the website stuff done as I can. And it's called a marketing uplink. So what that means for the website is there's information that's missing that was found out through an internal audit. And what that usually means is an audit is done by another marketer with more tenure, which means more experience, essentially, and based on a checklist that us marketers have made to ensure that our website is as effective and efficient as possible. And ultimately, it's a reflection of our company, so we need to make it look as good as possible, as consistently as we can. So that's where I step in and just go ahead and take a look at it. I don't do an actual audit, but I'll ensure that if I was going to do an audit, this would be checked off, this would be checked off, and ultimately, we need around a 90 out of 100 to satisfy higher management and ultimately reflect good standing on the account. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that for a couple accounts, and I'm gonna see if I can maybe take a quick break. My back's hurting from sitting all day. Okay, I'm gonna go do that. Interview's at 1:30. It's about close to 1 o'clock, so I'm gonna see how much I can get done before I have to get ready for the interview. Okay, so I took a quick break, ate some lunch, and also did my interview. So now I'm sort of going to prepare another account's overall marketing strategy. A lot of accounts have differences in like the overall plan that needs to be executed. So I'm going to go in here and sort of like revitalize the plan, sort of add details and things that like I think the university is going to enjoy out of the dining program and that the clients will as well. So a lot of that goes into like what the part-time marketing assistant or whatever role they have at that account will be able to follow based on like what I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and go into that. It's kind of a slow day today. Not a lot of emails coming through. I feel like it's a Monday for everybody. Sometimes it's like a Friday for some people and they're like cracked out and sending emails and like having a whole lot of fun ruining our days. But like it seems like it's a Monday for everybody. So it's good. I have more time to focus on what I need to get done and sort of prepare for the rest of the week and like into the coming month. So that's gonna wrap up my day. Again, it's a lot slower on some days than on others, so sorry for the monotony of trying to get these tasks done, but I hope I explained enough about like what I do. And if you're interested in like getting in the marketing space, I hope I'm giving you an idea of like what you need to look forward to or what you need to practice if you still don't know how to do certain things or didn't understand some of the wordage or verbiage that I used throughout this video. So again, I hope you guys have gotten a lot out of this video. It definitely was enjoyable making. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments. If you want to see like another day in the life, perhaps in the office, or if you want a more detailed breakdown of what I do, you can absolutely do that. I love what I do and I love making videos about it. So until the next one, catch you guys later.